Hey guys, how's it going? I'm Chris, I'm a Foodora rider for Berlin. I hear you're looking to start riding and you'll probably want to know a bit about how it works. Well, I'm actually about to start a shift, so I hope you come join me. Okay, so, first things first, I'm just going to go over the equipment that's given to you prior to your shift, most of it by Foodora. Of course, your helmet, you'll need your summer jacket, and in the winter, you will be given a thicker jacket to keep yourselves warm. Don't forget your Foodora t-shirt, comfortable pants and comfortable shoes. And again, in the winter, just make sure you wrap up with lots of layers to protect yourselves from the cold. Now the important bit, the delivery bag. So the Foodora bag itself has zips on the side and one on the front. And you also have a zip here that allows you to extend the bag for when you get bigger orders or things like pizzas, for example. So within the bag, you'll have your thermo bag, which is where you put your food to keep it warm in between deliveries. And you also have a foam cushion to stop this bag from moving within the delivery bag when you have some space. Also, don't forget to keep your bags clean inside and out. So the next thing is the power pack. Again, Foodora will give this to you, just allows you to keep your phone charged during the longer shifts. And also, you will be given the details to download the Roadrunner app prior to your shift. And this is the app that basically allows you to receive the orders and see the addresses for the restaurants and your customers. And last but not least, again, if you're on a long shift, don't forget water and food, because this will keep you going. So, I think that's everything. Let's go and get the bike. Okay, so I've just left my apartment and I'm gonna go and grab my bike. And at this point, I just want to talk to you about bike safety, as the most important thing here is to be prepared. So I've got my pump, got my puncture repair kit, and I'm just gonna check my brakes and tires before I set off. Okay, and one other thing that is worth mentioning at this point is to know where your local bike shop is, because if you've got any major problems, you can just quickly run it in there and they'll sort it out for you. So, just put my helmet there and grab my lock. So I always use a chain lock because I find it very easy to detach from my bike. And again, very fast to attach to myself so we can get away quickly. Just quickly check my brakes and tires. So the front one, good. And the rear one, yep, perfect. And of course, if you're riding at night, don't forget your lights. And last but not least, is your phone holder. Just attach it to the bike, and we're good to go to our starting point. Okay, so now we're at our starting point, and this is the place you will always come to begin your shift within your chosen area, and it's also where you'll meet your fellow colleagues. Hey Marcus! Alright, so always come to your starting point 5 minutes before your shift to allow your time to log into Roadrunner. So I'm just going to do that now. So we open up Roadrunner, and we log in, and click start, and choose your bag type and your vehicle type. And here we go. And now we're just going to wait for the first order to come in. So at this point, I'd never usually lock my bike because it only takes a few seconds for that first order to come in. And yep, here we go. Just click accept. And now I can see the restaurant name and the restaurant address, which I'm just going to click there. And it opens up Google Maps so I can have a quick check of where it is that I need to go. Yep, cool. And one last thing, be safe. Please keep in mind other people and things like red lights. Okay, let's get our food. So we just got to our first restaurant. I'm gonna go and get the food. I've taken my bag off already just because it makes it easier to get in and out. I've also locked my bike to something, but you don't always need to because you're in and out pretty quick. Just be mindful of where you leave it. Let's just stick you guys there a sec. All right, so now we just need to double check the Roadrunner app again, just to hit the drop down menu, and you can have a quick glance at the food that we're gonna get. And the important thing is just to see if there's a drink. So, yep, looks good to me. So 9 times out of 10, the restaurant's usually really happy, super helpful, but just bear in mind that they can be quite stressed, but just remain professional. Okay, so now we're inside, we're just gonna get the food. Just put your bag out the way slightly. Hello, Foodora. Hi. Hey, number 23, please. Thank you very much. Okay, so now we have the food. First things first, just double check the order number corresponds to the one on your app. And then we're just gonna have a look through the bag, make sure we've got all the food, and of course, don't forget the drink. Looks good to me. So now we're just gonna pack the bag. First things first, the thermo bag. This is where the warm food goes, just to keep it hot when you get to the customer. Usually pretty simple to pack. Slip the bag inside, and now we have the foam cushion. So just fold it in half, slip it next to the delivery bag just to stop it from moving around. Keep the drink outside to keep it cool. And the last thing, just bear in mind things like soup, just make sure you pack it securely just to stop them from spilling. Okay, let's go. So, last thing, just double check your Roadrunner app because we now need to confirm that we've picked up the order. So, we click picked up, confirm. Now you can see the customer's address and the house number, just get that in your head. Yep, click OK, then we're on Google Maps and we're good to go. Okay, so we've just arrived at the customers and I've just locked my bike. As you can see today, the weather is really nice, but it's not always like this. You might look out the window and see that it's raining or even snowing, but just be prepared, keep up the good spirits, and trust me, by the end of the shift, you will feel super satisfied. At this point, you always need to check your Roadrunner app just for any special instructions from the customer. They might tell you something like, please don't ring the bell because the baby's sleeping. In this instance, you would give them a call. But they might tell you that there's an elevator under the stairs to make your life easier. And of course, remember, before we ring the bell, you are now the face of Foodora. You might be a little bit exhausted after your bike ride, so keep smiling and remain professional. Let's do it. Let's go. Okay, so we're almost at the customer's door. You might be a little bit out of breath at this point, but don't worry, just take your time. And here is our customer. This is James. Hey. So we're just going to give him his food. Okay, so always open the bag in front of the customer. And of course, don't forget the all-important drink. There you go. Thanks. And then we're just going to get the food out of the thermo bag. And at this point, it's always worth just checking for any minor spillages. And it looks like we're good. But if you do have any small spillages, don't worry, just apologize to the customer. And there you go, enjoy.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thank you, appreciate it. Okay, so this time we got a tip. You may not always get a tip, but don't worry about it. The next time you probably will. So let's go outside. Okay, so we're just leaving the customer's place, and all that is left to do now is just to confirm the order. We're going to take out the Roadrunner app one more time, and we click dropped off, and then accept, and that's it. Good job. Now, if you have any major spillages, just apologize to the customer, tell them that the Foodora team will be in contact with them, and of course, don't give them the food. Now, if an order is cancelled, then the food is yours, enjoy it, or give it to a homeless person. And last but not least, if you get an order just before the end of your shift, then please accept it because of course you'll be paid overtime. So yeah, that's everything. Thank you very much for joining me, and don't worry, if you didn't get everything in this video, you're going to learn most of the things on the job. Welcome to the Foodora team.